So what is field experiment? Field experiment, on the other hand, opposite to lab experiment, is an experiment which is carried out in a real world setting. So there is nothing artificial about it. It is very real. It is very natural, as in, it can be any ground, park, mall, theater, or whatsoever. The experiment can be taken place. So for example, I'll just take the same example that I took for the lab experiment, calling children and seeing their behavior. So instead of calling these kids to my house and seeing, noting down all their behaviors, I plan to go to some random park and see all these behaviors there. So this would be the kids playing in their own natural environment, in their real world setting. So this will be called as field experiment. Now, the most important feature of field experiment is usually it is very difficult for a researcher to control the extraneous variables. For example, I'm not the one who is controlling what all toys they'll be bringing, or what kind of swings are there, or what kind of weather is there. Maybe that day it starts raining and hardly any kid comes, or maybe that day, some kid's best friend hasn't come, so they're sitting very quietly, otherwise they're very hyperactive. Or that day, maybe, more boys are there and less girls are there, so there is not equality of the gender. These are a few things that might affect their behavior, and these extraneous variables, as we know, always have an effect on the DB, and the outcome is not usually because of the IB, but by the impact that is done by the extraneous variables. So here the field experiment is set up in a natural setting, but it is difficult to control the extraneous variables here.